Greetings and salutations. Welcome to another episode of Darkstar Reviews. As always, I'm your host, Captain Darkstar, your modern day pirate. So I was sitting around the cabin talking to the boys today, and we got into a really deep discussion about vampires. And I said, you know, boys, all the vampire lore is all from Eastern Europe. Almost all of it is from Eastern Europe. You never see any of it coming out of South Africa at all. And you know why that is? Because they bless the rains down in Africa. We'll see you on the ship, lads! All right. Well, let me first start by apologizing for my singing voice. Today we're looking at a fine sword. This is the Honshu Tactical Katana. It measures about 40 inches long, and this one is a special edition because this isn't your normal carbon steel. This is what's known as red Damascus. Now, it still has the pattern that Damascus steel is known for, but as you can tell, it has that beautiful red copperish finish to it. And what that is that is a copper coating that they put on the blade. So when they acid dip to turn the blade black, afterwards they can take a cloth or a rag or whatever they use, I don't know, and wipe it off. And the acid will actually wipe off of that copper, leaving the copper exposed so you get that beautiful look. So as always, being a Honshu sword, they have their logo right here on the blade. And it's definitely something to look for when you're buying swords. I really like the Honshu and they hold up very well. The weight and balance is good. Of course, traditional to a katana, it's got a long enough handle that you can get two hands wrapped around it, so you have more momentum. Well, not more momentum, more cutting force. Hey, I need to lay off the rum. Other than that, I say we take it out. I'm excited to see what this one will do. We'll see you at the staging area. Hey, well, we're back on the island, back at the staging area, and it just keeps getting deeper and deeper. So let's put it through the test and get back to the warmth of the ship, shall we? The sand is so deep, I'm actually higher on the log. Holy shit. All right. Rather impressive. Cut some good lines in the log. The blade's still tight. The handle's good. And the blade's still holding up. You know what the next test is. As to be expected, we started rounding that blade, but boy, it still looks good. Last but not least, our old friend the sword killer. We'll call it there. We lost the pummel of what's supposed to be a full tang sword. So let's get back ship, and we'll discuss how this full tang failed. Hi, welcome back to the warmth of the ship. Nice to be inside and away from the beautiful island weather. So let's take a look at some of the things we saw here. The blade held up rather well for the chopping against the log, went through the dowels pretty easily. Obviously ran into some problems here with that metal dowel on the end. But the biggest surprise of all is how well it did with the sword killer. I really thought for sure that it would take big chunks out of this blade or fold it right over. But it didn't. Now, what it did do is it did break off our pommel here. Now, I was under the impression that this was completely full tang, which I was not 100% wrong. If you can get a shot right in there, the blade did come down that far, which the meat of the blade is right here where the bottom peg is. So it is full tang. It is still tight in there. It's got a little bit of wobble on the handle, but you could tighten those pegs back down and take that out. I don't know why they chose to thread the bottom piece, which is what that was, so this could screw on. However, this now being in my hand and off the sword has some good weight to it. So they added this because without it, this blade's extremely heavy. Well, not extremely, but heavier than what a katana would be. But like I said, it's still in there tight. The pegs are still right where they should be. If you tighten them back down, you could keep using this. However, it is, like I said, a lot more blade heavy without the pommel on it. So other than that, I would say for the $300 this sword cost me to get, it's a good sword. Definitely one I would want for my collection, and definitely one you could have some fun with. Just don't go hitting it against the cement blocks, obviously. That being said, I'd like to take a moment with you. Now, me and the boys have been talking, and we've come to a couple agreements. And we agree that the videos are getting a wee bit stale. So we put a couple things into action. We called in a couple of favors. So this is going to be the last video I post for a couple of weeks. We're going to pull anchor. We're going to find a new island, get some new tests, and maybe revisit some of the old swords already broken. All depends if I can get a hold of a blacksmith friend of mine. Drop them off as we find a new island to make port at. So if you don't hear from me a while, don't worry. The British didn't get me. I didn't die in battle. We're putting some new things together. We're going to come back with some new videos that are going to be more fun, more exciting, more dangerous for me, and more fun for you. So with that, if you see the like button, distract him, sneak into his house, and shut off all of his hot water. That way his shower is colder than Mama's stew in the morning. We'll see you in a couple of weeks with some brand new episodes of Darkstar Reviews. Have a wonderful day, lads!